All right, social awkwardness, be damned. I can't put this off anymore because there's so much going on and it's starting to pile up. How's the audio? Is it all right here? How about if I come over here? This is where I wanted to do it, but after a test, the audio sucked. So I built this office. I wanted to do the video in front of it, but after a audio test, I realized it sucked. And in order to get better audio on this camera, I had to order parts. So those are coming, but not in time to do this. So let's go inside. Number one rule of setting up a home office, make sure the door is actually behind you. You want to know when someone's coming in before anybody else that's on your Zoom call might. Okay, let's set up better audio. All right, and then how's that? Is the audio better coming through my cell phone? Wait, Droid camera, which is up here, that allows me to record through my cell phone because I don't have a web camera that I like or one that I can find at the moment. And then all that is being recorded through OBS, which is down, it's mirrored down. Now wait a minute, this is, oh, that's awful. That's so delayed. Okay, just try my wife's webcam. How do you live like this? Just bought a new camera. How is this? Okay, that seems okay. New camera. New box of wine. You're here. Okay. So, okay, then the whole thing is being edited in Shotcut. And then I'm just going to re-record the video playing through Shotcut with OBS just for the demonstration of this particular video. And I guess while we're at it, everything's being recorded on this mic boom thing that I got off Amazon for like 60 bucks. So nothing particularly fancy there. Now that, now that you can see and hear me clearly. Okay, so who, what, when, where, why, how are questions that we're going to answer, but in not that order. What is the purpose of all this? We are, not we, technically just me. I am about to close on 400 acres on the backside of a mountain. And what is the purpose of this property that we're going to buy? We want to build our own self-sustaining permaculture for, camping, then cabin, home, house, community, maybe eventually kind of thing. It's going to be awesome. I love to build stuff. I built this office. I'm running out of space in my backyard. So we need more space. So why are we doing this? Why? There's lots of reasons. So A, it's going to be freaking awesome and fun to build stuff like that and be able to solve those challenges. And B, this is B, if in sign language, if you didn't know, it's not. B is C and D and E and F and H and J. The most succinct way to go about it is taking more, I don't want to say control, more ownership over Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And if you are not familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, here is a chart. We're gonna start at the bottom level, work our way up. And at the bottom, we've got things like food, water, air, shelter. And air, you might think air. Why do you feel like you need to take control over the air? Because I live on the West Coast, and in the West Coast we have things called fire season now, and that's where there's fires that go around and they could be hundreds of miles away, and the air gets so bad that you need filters, and everyone in every place in the town is all sold out of air filters and you can't get them. And so that's something that you have to plan for now, is having filters to where like a few years ago it got so bad where I couldn't even be out in my office and work. I had to go into the house and hide under a wet blanket, and I don't want to do that. And water, so let's talk about water. Again, a few years ago we had cyanotoxins in our water, so neurotoxins. We had to drink bottled water. The authorities said that it's okay to shower in it and get the steam and all that. Like, that's fine if you're over the age of 6 years old, but I have two not yet 6-year-olds. That made me very nervous, and so I had to go and spend a bunch of money on getting a whole house water filter installed. There's air and there's water. And now food is pretty hard to get that's not completely full of sugar. And so that's something that we're trying to do, is be much more health conscious about what we are actually eating and putting into our bodies. Sugar is in friggin' almost everything. Unless you buy fresh vegetables every day or every other day, the things that don't have sugar in them are 15 times the cost. We just want to be in a position where we don't have to worry so much about where our needs are coming from and who is providing them and in what manner they're providing them. Like, there's some companies out there that do some really terrible things. We want to try and pull back away from that as much as possible. Now, that being said, I still order crap from Amazon all the time, so I don't, it's a balancing act. It's going to be a process of trying to extricate ourselves. Okay, what? That's a fair amount of why. When is pretty clear. I think we've gone over that. That's now, pretty much now. So yeah, we're closing on the property soon-ish, within the next probably couple days. The permaculture class thing starts tomorrow. I've been researching and designing and figuring out stuff for months now, so videos starting now. We've got the what, we've got the why, we've got the when, we've got the how. How is video logs? Yay! And I'm gonna try and do these in a way that shows you as much as I can, as efficiently as I can. And so that's been a lot of the research of what I've been doing, is how do I go through and show all this DIY stuff in the most efficient way that I can. And that's where generally this camera, 360-degree camera, the name's stupid, the Insta360 1X2, it's an awesome camera. I really enjoy it. I would be recording on it, but the audio isn't super awesome, so I had to order a separate thing so that way I can use these extra, whoops, please don't fall over and break, these Rode microphone things. These guys, these are pretty sweet. I like having, what's that? Okay. I like having these. These are really cool, but I need an adapter thing for that. That's the how, is a lot of research on YouTube, some help from friends, but how you're going to see it, mostly through that camera. And I've got some tricks, hopefully, that I'm working out that will make it to where I can capture a lot of the information and share it with you much more easily than I think is probably typical. Yeah. So, also, who am I? Okay. Who am I? Who am I? Who are we? Who are any of us, really? Right now, actually, I'm just a guy who's annoyed at his neighbor's dog that are yipping in the background all the time when I'm trying to make a YouTube video. But yeah, who are we? My wife and I have been together for over 20 years. We've got 2 young daughters, age 3 and 5. We are doing quite well, and we are in a position where we can actually move forward on a huge project like this, and hopefully bring other folks along with us. Right now, I work for a technology company. I am not a developer, but I have learned to code, and my role is technical. I currently make over 6 figures, which honestly is not something that I ever thought that I would see, based on where I grew up, how I grew up. I've lost everything multiple times. I was in and out of battered women's shelters with my mom. Lost everything we owned quite a few times. Did not have a good time growing up. But I was very fortunate and very lucky in few critical ways that allowed me to get to where I am now. And I want to I have faced a lot of insecurity in my life, and now I am finally in the extremely privileged position to ensure the security of my family and friends. And together we can build an environment where we can all search for our own self actualization. And that really is the point of this project.